Hey guys, and welcome back. And in this video we're going to take a look at getting this model from the browser, from Sketchfab in the browser, onto our Muse website using our new instant Sketchfab widget. So inside the browser I'm going to grab the end part of the URL, and I'm going to copy that, and that will be what I use in our new widget. Then I'm going to go to our instant Sketchfab widget, drag that onto the page, open up our options, and I'm going to replace the existing Sketchfab ID with the one I just copied. Okay, now that's done, I've got a couple of options in here. Auto start. So if that's selected, as soon as the page loads, the 3D model will auto load. Now that's good if you want to cut down on the bandwidth when the page first loads, so you can uncheck that, and what it'll do is it'll put a play button over the top of it, very similar to YouTube. So instead of auto starting and loading the entire 3D model, it won't load that 3D model until you press that play button. Now if you have multiple 3D objects on the page, you might want to think about unchecking this on some of them, so that it doesn't load up until the person clicks it. Preloading the textures, what that does is it waits to load the 3D model up until the textures has loaded. This means that when you first get the model loading up, you get a good looking texture rather than just a blank 3D model. Turntable animation, with that checked, when it first loads up, it will automatically rotate the model so you can see the model from all sides. So that's a pretty good one. The demo shader, there's a number of different shaders, and what shaders are is what you see on the model, the textures that are put on the model and the way they're put on there. Sketchfab has a few different options for this, and the demo shader loops through the different shader options that it has. So some of them don't have the lighting and shadows, which can make it go a little faster, and then some of them just show some of the highlights, and there's some other different ones in there. But I just want this to look the way that it looked in the page, so I'm just going to leave this the way it is. So with that done, I could resize this to whatever size I want, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to take a look at it the way it is. So now I'm going to go ahead and render this page out and take a look at it. And here we can see that our model loads up, and I can move around in it, and this is perfect. So what kind of things could you use this 3D model for, or this 3D object viewer for? Well, we've made a site that just shows a couple of the different things that you could use it for. Let's take a look at that now. So here I've got an animated dinosaur that is being used as a header. And you can imagine there's all kinds of cool things that you could use this header for. So our next demo, this is using our cover scroll. So we've got the 3D packaging box of our instant Sketchfab, but as I click on here, I can scroll down to the rest of my page. Go to the next demo, and here we've already seen this one. This is our t-shirt products demo. And as I told you, this would have been a pretty good idea for maybe just to have had the first t-shirt model loading up and have the other three having that play button to load up. Let's go to demo 4, and this is for game design assets. So a really cool idea for this kind of thing would have been for these game design assets. And in this one you can see that we have added the play button. So we've got in the header we've got a cool looking little game asset, and underneath that we've got a couple of different things. So if you were producing these, you could showcase these in your site or a customer's site, and they can click on that button and open it up and take a look and move around any of those models. Now let's go to the next site. So architectural visualization. Many architects nowadays use 3D, and it's very easy to import a 3D model inside this. This one, the person has added some waypoints that I could click on, and it would bring up information and move the camera in a certain way. So that's another thing you can do inside of Sketchfab. But you know, a site where somebody that creates 3D images of their architectural drawings would be another idea for this. And then the last demo that we have, and this was an idea for a museum or any kind of cultural heritage, and this is a very cool Queen Nefertiti model that was scanned from the British Museum, and you can see it looks really cool. And what I've done is I've just made sure it's had a black background on the site, so it blends in and looks like it's just part of the site. Then underneath that, oh, I got a but. Well, underneath that I have another famous sculpture, and the person that put this sculpture up on Sketchfab also put some kind of a vignette behind it, but you can see it blends into this site really nicely. So those are just a couple of ideas of what you could do using this instant Sketchfab 3D widget along with your own Sketchfab account. Hope this tutorial has ignited some interesting ideas in you designers out there, and look forward to talking to you again.